We are on the very final election day of this big semi-final before the 2024 general elections. Yes, viewers, India is slated to hold the very biggest democratic exercise in a mere 6 months. Meanwhile, voting is of course well and truly underway in India's youngest state, that is Telangana. The people of Telangana are electing their third ever government, and this is a very big litmus test, as we've been calling it, for Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, as the Bharatiya Rashtra Samiti plans on using these elections as a launch pad for KCR's national ambitions. A pitched battle is underway between the BRS, the Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party, who are at this point heading to the general elections without a government in the southern states. Now, the question is, will KCR keep hold of Telangana, or will the Congress and the BJP succeed in wresting power away from him? Find out in our rolling coverage of election day in Telangana. Meanwhile, viewers, before I rope in our reporters on the ground as well as rope in the guests who are joining us this morning, let's in fact take a closer look at how Telangana has been voting. We will present to you certain statistics, certain analysis, in fact, of how exactly the people of Telangana have voted, particularly in 2018. Right here you can see the map on your screens, viewers. The total seats in Telangana are 119 and the halfway mark is 60. Meanwhile, you can see the screen is largely pink, denoted by the TRS, which is now the BRS. Of course, it got 88 seats in 2018. Meanwhile, the Congress party had, of course, bagged the second position in the state with 21 seats. The AIMIM bagged 7 seats and the Bharatiya Janata Party bagged 1 seat. Meanwhile, independent candidates on ground bagged 2 seats. Let's also take a look at the voter share. Of course, this pie chart out here indicates the same. About 46.87% of the people in Telangana voted for K. Chandrasekhar Rao, and meanwhile at about 28.43% voted for the Congress party. Meanwhile, 3.51% of the people voted for TDP, but as we saw earlier, they did not bag any seat. Meanwhile, 2.71% people voted for the AIMIM and 6.98% for the Bharatiya Janata Party, which leaves 11.50% voting for independent candidates. But let's also take a look at a comparison. Remember, viewers, Telangana as a state came about to be in 2014 itself. That's when it went to polls for the very first time, and next in 2018. You can see there are 2 maps on your screens, largely dominated by the pink color, which of course highlights CM KCR's party, the TRS earlier, now the BRS. In 2014, CM KCR had bagged 63 seats, and this had jumped up to 88 in 2018. The Congress party's performance largely remained more or less the same, bagging about 21 seats. AIMIM also bagged 7 seats in both the assembly elections. Meanwhile, the Bharatiya Janata Party has seen a considerable drip from 5 seats in 2014 to 1 seat in 2018. Meanwhile, independent candidates bagged 3 seats in 2014 while bagging 2 seats in 2018. Let's also take a look at the Lok Sabha results. Earlier, of course, I had mentioned that this is a semi-finals for the 2024 general elections. So taking a look at how exactly Telangana looked like back in 2019. Of course, the TRS once again leading. You can see a majority of the map is pink. They bagged 9 seats. Meanwhile, the Congress party bagged 3 Lok Sabha seats. The AIMIM bagged 1, and the Bharatiya Janata Party's performance was in fact better in the Lok Sabha, and they bagged 4 parliamentary constituencies. Meanwhile, independent candidates bagged 0. So let's also take a look at exactly how this panned out in comparison with the assembly polls in 2018. The TRS, of course, maintaining its stronghold in Telangana in both the assembly elections in 2018 as well as the Lok Sabha polls in 2019 itself. Of course, we've gone through the statistics. We've seen that majorly this map is pink, of course, highlighting the sort of support that CM KCR has in Telangana. But let's also take a look at some of the region-wise data. There are about 3 regions in Telangana. The first, of course, being Greater Hyderabad. Leading once again is in 2018 is the TRS. They had bagged 26 seats over there. The Congress Party bagged 5 seats. AIMIM, of course, coming second at 7, and Bharatiya Janata Party had bagged 1 seat in this region. Meanwhile, let's also take a look at South Telangana. Total seats in this region is 31. Once again, the TRS, major portion of this is, of course, pink. The TRS had 27 seats, Congress had 4, AIMIM 0, the Bharatiya Janata Party also 0. And last but not least, we have North Telangana, and once again you can see that this region in particular is there was a close competition between the TRS and the INC, but of course the TRS ended up with 35 seats, INC ended up with 12, TDP with 2, and the Bharatiya Janata Party with 0, of course. And independent candidates bagged 2 seats. Meanwhile, viewers, we will in fact continue to track these statistics, and we'll continue to update them through the course of the day. But let's also take a look at what exactly is happening on ground in Telangana. Union Minister and Telangana BJP Chief G. Kishan Reddy has casted his vote in the Bartakpura area of Hyderabad. He's also addressed the media. Let's in fact cut across live to his statement. Let's listen in to Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy statements.
जो वोट डालने का अधिकार वो महत्वपूर्ण जो वेपन है, इसको पूरे लोग उपयोग करना चाहिए। डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर ने आपको सबको ये अधिकार दिया गया, इस अधिकार को पूरा उपयोग करना चाहिए। इस अधिकार को उपयोग ना करते हुए, पोलिंग बूथ में जाकर समय देकर वोट ना डालते हुए किसको भी क्रिटिसाइज करने का कोई व्यक्ति को भी अधिकार नहीं है। इसलिए मैं सभी जनता से, भाई बहनों से अनुरोध करना चाहता हूं, आप घर से बाहर निकलकर पहला वोट डालना अपना फर्ज है, अपना रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है।
All right, there of course we've heard Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy, but also joining us from the ground is of course our executive editor Jaiprakash Ramaiah. He's in Jubilee Hills in Hyderabad. How is the mood like there? Can you talk to people? Can you ask them what exactly are the burning issues on the ground? Can you take our viewers through what is happening in Jubilee Hills at the moment, and how exactly is the atmosphere like there?
Well, after hectic politicking rallies and sloganeering, finally the D-Day has come for Telangana as it goes for elections. The third assembly for Telangana, which is a newly carved out state. The state is going into the third assembly elections, and right now I am in Jubilee Hills. It's a little high profile area, and that's why there are a lot of protocols and security measures being taken. In fact, media officials have been asked to not get inside these. I'm just going to ask my VJ to show some visuals of people who are here covering the elections, and also people inside the polling booths. Yes, it's early in the morning in Hyderabad. This is the high-profile Jubilee Hills area. People have started coming in, trickling in. The voting starts at around 7 in the morning and finishes at 5 p.m. in the evening. And in Hyderabad, the 28 assembly constituencies, including Greater Hyderabad. This particular area, Jubilee Hills, where I'm reporting from. It's a celebrity area, of course. Mahesh Babu, Tollywood superstar, and Vijay Devarkonda, another superstar from Tollywood. They are expected to come here to vote any time now. And then, as you can see, there's small lines now there inside the Jubilee Hills Public School where I'm reporting from. Since it's a high-profile area, the access is restricted. So we've been asked to go outside the booth areas for reporting. Extra precautions being taken by the Election Commission and the security officials here. Well, when you talk about burning issues, it's a newly carved out state. Earlier it was unified Andhra Pradesh, now it's Andhra and Telangana. 10 years into the governance, the TRS, which rechristened itself as BRS, is going all out. It's a high-pitched, high-voltage battle between three parties, BJP, Congress and the BRS. It's a three-way fight and those two political parties, BRS and Congress, really feeling that they have high chances. BRS trying to retain Telangana, and Congress expanding its footprints, riding high on success in the Karnataka elections, now going into Telangana. In fact, the Congress is riding high on the 6 guarantee schemes they want to implement. We've seen how Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra has revitalized the Congress party. But as far as BRS is concerned, it's anti-incumbency that the party is battling. 10 years into government, they still feel that lots more to be done, and they are expecting the party to be voted back to power. So, as far as today is concerned, Hyderabad has been notorious as far as voter turnout is concerned. Last time around, it was less than 50%. This time, a lot of campaigns have been carried out by the Election Commission of India. No excuse day, proactive measures from the Resident Welfare Association, interactive sessions, revision of voter
All right, Jayaprakash, stay with us.
list.
We're getting more breaking news coming in now. As Telangana slips into voting, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has tweeted telling the citizens of India to vote in record numbers and strengthen the festival of democracy. So the PM urging voters to come out and vote in large numbers and participate in the festival of democracy. The PM urging voters to vote in record numbers. Jayaprakash, G. Kishan Reddy making the same appeal earlier. As you were telling us, Hyderabad notorious for not very high voting. We'll have to see whether that apathy ends today and there is a higher number. Often we see cities and urban centers have lower numbers and rural areas have higher numbers. This is something that obviously needs to change. Citizens should not treat it as a holiday. And now the PM also tweeting, putting out a statement, urging citizens to participate and strengthen the festival of democracy. Jayaprakash.
Well, absolutely, Uday. And this is not even restricted to Hyderabad. This is a common phenomenon across the metro cities in India. Bangalore too. Last time around, it touched around just about 54%. Just an improvement of 1.5% compared to the 2018 elections. Here in Telangana, it's below 50%. And that's the reason why political leaders across parties, Election Commission, and also influencers have asked people to come out and vote. Exercise their adult franchise. It's a very important, event in any democratic setup where people participation is paramount, and that's the reason why many of these campaigns being carried out by the Election Commission to see to it that large number of people come out and vote. Compared to the regional areas, or rather the districts and the tier 2 cities and rural areas, where the turnout is around 75 to 79%. So there is a gap of about 25% when you talk about voting percentage between urban and rural areas. A very huge gap there that needs to be narrowed down. Let's see. 7 o'clock is when the voting has started here, and it goes on till about 5 o'clock. The weather is gloomy, and people should get out of their comfort zone to come out and vote today.
Absolutely. Okay, more breaking news now coming in from Telangana. More breaking developments coming in on voting day. BRS MLC K. Kavita has also cast her vote in Banjara Hills, Hyderabad. She's also spoken with the media. Let's cut across live.
18 with their fake surveys and same thing again in 2018 with their fake surveys and fake, high decibel noise. Congress party claimed that they are going to come back to power. This time also they have tried their best to, give out a lot of fake surveys and claim that, they are going to come back to power. But the love of people is with KCR Garu, love of people is with BRS party. So people are going to vote for Kar and we are going to win. Thank you.
So, K. Kavita also coming out to vote. She's voted in Banjara Hills in Hyderabad. BRS MLC K. Kavita also casting her vote this morning. Jayaprakash, my colleague, continues to be with us. Jayaprakash, K. Kavita also, of course, coming out, casting her vote in Banjara Hills. Just take us through, the VIP contest this time around, Jayaprakash. KCR, of course, contesting from 2 seats. Interestingly, on one of the seats, Revant Reddy is challenging him, the Congress state president. Meanwhile, of course, Jubilee Hills, where you're standing, Mohammad Azharuddin in the fray from the Congress party. There's also KTR, who, of course, is KCR's son. He's also contesting. Just take us to the VIP seats, the VIP contest, Jayaprakash, including the seat where you're standing.
Well, Uday, it's high-pitched battle. We have seen how, heads of political parties locking horns. We have got Revant Reddy locking horns with the Chief Minister himself, KCR. That's happening in Gajwel. We are seeing a high-pitched battle in Nampally. Also, Revant Reddy has, is contesting. 2 constituencies being picked by both the Congress head and the BRS head. We have seen Sirsala, KTR is contesting. Kavita also throwing her weight behind. Majlis, the MIM contesting in about 12 of the constituencies. OIC's brother, he's contesting from Hyderabad. So it's high-pitched battle. About 8 to 10 VIP candidates, you could say, including KTR. Then you have KCR, then Revant Reddy, amongst other. Harish Rao is also contesting. About 119 constituencies altogether. Last time around, we've seen the TRS bagging about 88 seats, and about 18 seats you saw the Congress party. You saw BJP coming in 1 constituency, TDP coming in 2, and 1 independent. This time around, the pre-poll surveys have suggested that it's not going to be an easy task for the BRS to come back to power. The fortunes may turn in. Many of these pre-poll surveys have suggested that it's going to be an hung assembly. Many have given Congress the edge, and some have given BRS the edge to come back to power. So, you have got the results coming in on 3rd, this Sunday. That's a Super Sunday, wherein results will be announced in all the 5 states, including Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Mizoram, as well as in Telangana. Now, this is the last voting day. The Election Commission has been having a pretty tough post-Diwali sessions, you could say. The last 2 months has been quite hectic for the Election Commission. As it successfully ended elections in 4 states. The 5th and the last one, Telangana, going into polls today.
It's certainly been a long November for the Election Commission, with voting, of course, across those 5 states. The 4 states voting in single-phase elections, Chhattisgarh being the only state which, of course, voted in 2 phases. Today is the last state, Telangana, which is going to polls. Polls have, of course, opened. Jayaprakash, we'll keep coming back to you. Thank you for the time being for joining us. Remember, once polling closes this evening, exit poll numbers will be put out. So stay tuned to NewsX for, of course, the most comprehensive poll of polls, where you perhaps will get some kind of idea of which way the voter will go. And then, of course, the final numbers come out on Sunday. That is decision day, where, of course, NewsX will be getting you comprehensive ground reportage and also studio analysis. But let's also quickly get in our guest joining us live, Shivam Shukla, BJP spokesperson. We also have Gautam Seth, Congress spokesperson, joining us live. Himanshu Bhatt, political analyst, joins us live. We also have Gyanendra Mishra, political analyst, live with us. Let me begin with you, Shivam. Now, interestingly, the BJP has made a pitch for, winning Telangana. The first time you're attempting to form government in the newly created state. But are you looking at becoming a kingmaker, or do you actually think you'll be king in Telangana?
Look, the Bharatiya Janata Party has contested the elections in Telangana with all the vigor. The Prime Minister and the central leadership of Bharatiya Janata Party and the leadership at state level, they have been working together in order to eradicate the misrule of TRS, or what we say BRS now. And the people of Telangana very well understand that the driving seat, or the BRS car, is no different from the hand of the Congress party, and that is the reason that the Telangana people are going to vote out them from the power, and they will elect a government that will be working in the national interest, that will be safeguarding the interests of the population like Dalit, scheduled tribes, and the backward people of Telangana. They will be building infrastructure at Telangana, and these all are the key issues that will be voted by people today. So Bharatiya Janata Party is clearly in a position to form a government in Telangana, and we have seen over the last 9 years of the Prime Minister's rule, our government have been giving so many things to Telangana, and the people of Telangana have a believe on Bharatiya Janata Party. Both BRS and Congress party have three core things that they promote. One is nepotism, other is appeasement, and third one is the corruption. And we have seen lots of corruption charges against the K. Chandrasekhar Rao and his ministers, and people are seeing these things.
But the Congress, Shivam, comes out and says that you are working behind the scenes with the BRS. You are in a tacit understanding with them, and you want to keep the Congress out, which is why you are doing that parde ke piche. They also say that it's perhaps one of the reasons why OSC has allied with the BRS and not with the Congress.
Okay. So first and foremost thing is BJP is having a resolve to send out all the corrupt politicians, be it from the Congress party or BRS, to jail. If we was having a parde ke piche ka alliance, then we will not be doing such things. And the Congress party is the party that does the parde ke piche ka alliance. We have seen they have formed Indi Gathbandhan, and what happened of that Gathbandhan in all the states of the Hindi heartland and the Mizoram and Telangana. At no place they are contesting together. So this shows that there is a deficit of trust even in their alliance. If BJP forms an alliance with any party, we have still trust in them, and we openly accept that. And the thing is, BJP is dedicated to take out Telangana from the clutches of the BRS rule and the Congress party rule. So that is very evident that we are not having an alliance with anyone.
Okay, let's get in Gautam Seth of the Congress party to respond to you. Gautam Seth, Shivam Shukla claims that the BJP has fought this election with the earnest to form government, not just to be a fringe player or a kingmaker in Telangana. He believes that Telangana voters will get swayed by national issues. Gautam Seth, your response to the BJP's poll pitch, and also how confident is the Congress party of winning the state this time around?
You know, I think the Bharatiya Janata Party thinks that it can fool around the people of the country or the people of Telangana. And it can, Modi ji can go for the last 4 days, give 4 speeches strongly against KCR. And the people will start believing that these people are working against KCR. When I was in Telangana for 2 months, I came back yesterday. The whole Telangana, I was going around, people were asking that why is Kavita not arrested in a case where Manish Sisodia is arrested in the same liquor scam? Why is Narendra Modi ji so soft towards KCR, so soft towards Kavita, so soft towards the BRS? At the same time, people were asking, why does the MIM only contest those seats where the Bharatiya Janata Party is losing from the Congress and a vote division can help the Bharatiya Janata Party to win? And why do they limitize themselves to 7-8 seats in Telangana while they contest, double, triple the number of seats when they go to Bihar or the other states? So such kind of questions are there in the mind of people. And in Telangana, the issue is corruption, the issue is unemployment, and the issue is this unholy nexus of this teen ki tigdi, MIM, BJP and BRS. ये जो तीन तिगाड़ा इन्होंने तेलंगाना का भविष्य बिगाड़ने का जो काम किया है, that is very much in front of the people of Telangana. They have seen their governance. They have seen the unholy पर्दे के पीछे का nexus that exists between the BJP and the BRS and the people of Telangana. All the attempts made by Mr. Narendra Modi to try and make it a triangular contest to help BRS win, to help KCR win, they are going to prove futile. they are not going to be able to make it a triangular
we are being
contest.
we
It's
are
a
being
Congress
told that
wave.
we are being told that it's a can't take it takkar between the BRS and the Congress. Perhaps do you believe that you have the edge, that you will be able to see it through comfortably, or will you have to rely on some independents or others to perhaps take your tally past the majority mark? What's the internal figure that the Congress is looking at, Gautam? And also, what are the issues, since today is voting day, what are the issues you believe that the people of Telangana are going to vote on?
You see, as far as the Congress's position in the election is concerned, I think it's a strong wave of the Indian National Congress. We're going to comfortably be close to the majority. And this strong wave of Indian National Congress made Modi ji and Amit Shah ji and Yogi ji run to Telangana to help their younger brother and friend KCR and do those roadshows and rallies against him to turn the contest triangular. But they have miserably failed in their attempt. Miserably failed. The issues in Telangana, per se, are the high unemployment rate, 15.2% highest in the country. It is the corruption in the Kaleshwaram scam and many such scams like Dalit Bandhu. These corruptions, scale up to 1 lakh crores, 1.5 lakh crores. They are massive. It is the money of the people of Telangana which is being pocketed by KCR and his chosen three, KTR, Kavita and Harish Rao. So these were the issues in Telangana. The Dalits, the SCs, the STs were not getting any economic empowerment. The empowerment was only for the BRS chosen few. The resources were being limitized to the BRS chosen few. And this kind of a Dorala Telangana that was formed by BRS is going to be pushed out. And a Prajala Telangana, which the 6 guarantees of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, of Mr. Khadge, of the Indian National Congress, of Revanth Reddy have been put out to the people of Telangana. They have given massive response to the guarantees that we are going to bring for the economic empowerment of the people of Telangana. And I urge from NewsX platform also today that people must go out and vote in high numbers.
Okay.
They might vote for whosoever they want to, but they must vote in high numbers.
Okay, Himanshu Bhatt, let me quickly bring you in here. Himanshu Bhatt, let me quickly... Okay, let's allow Shivam a quick response. Gautam has made charges on the BJP. Let's allow Shivam a response and I'll come to Himanshu. Shivam, quickly.
So first and foremost thing is that the Congress party is not some sort of thekedar of minority votes that they are asking MIM to contest wherever they want. Like these things, these are all the foolish statements that being made by the Congress spokesperson. India is a democratic country and each and every party is having its is having the authority to decide where they are going to contest election and where they are not. And the other thing is, when they talk about the scams, they should look at the same thing that the Aam Aadmi Party is in alliance with them is already being involved into a scam, and the Bharatiya Janata Party and agencies, when they try to capture all those who are culprit in that scam, the Congress party very vigorously supports them. So I don't see that Congress party is against the corruption. People of Telangana already have seen them into the power at this national level, and they have seen how Congress party's corruption scandals work. So this is an election between the BRS and Bharatiya Janata Party. Congress party is being already downplayed by the country, and they are not having any sort of possibilities in the Telangana or any other part. They have been wiped out from all the 4 states where elections have just now happened, like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Mizoram. And the same thing is being today going to be repeated in the Telangana.
Okay. Himanshu, but let me quickly get you in here on the factors at play this time around. Himanshu, in Telangana, which you believe will decide who will form the state government on Sunday.
I think it's going to be seen. Unemployment is an issue everywhere. Okay. Now, what I see there in Telangana is the credibility issue. Who is considered the most credible to rule? Whether it's going to be KCR, whether it's going to be Congress, whether it's going to be some surprise. But I see BJP playing a big spoiler for someone. Now today is a voting day, so I'm not going to politicking is all okay. Both political party spokesmen will speak their language. That's besides. The voting has started, so we must not talk of that. What I foresee is something like, BJP, for example, which polled 6.94% votes last time around. If it manages to get 15, 16% or 20% vote this time around with the efforts of their leaders, what's going to happen is the biggest party is going to suffer and one is going to get wiped out. In a tri-cornered contest, it always happens. Indian democracy has given umpteen number of examples. For example, I'll give you an example of Gujarat. I'll give you an example of Rajasthan. Any state you take for granted. See what happened there in Karnataka. Janata Dal S was wiped out, almost wiped out. In an effort, what happened? Party number 2 suffered massively. And Congress won. Here also, this is going to happen. And the factors are going to be the apathy of urban voter. If it goes, it may happen. Once in a while, it does happen. The urban voters go in large numbers, 55, 60%. Then you can foresee something very different. But if urban voters stays where it is, below 50%, then you are going to see this spoiler game coming into play in a very big effect. Because if you see, Oasis party has garnered just 3% of the total votes polled in Telangana and still managed to win 7 seats. Whereas a party which polls nearly 7% wins just 1 seat. You see the amount of differentiation we are watching in Congress, which polled 20, 25, 26, or I think 22 there in Telangana. Got just 20, 25 seats, TRS, TDP and Congress. So what is happening there is a party that plays a spoiler consolidates the vote of the biggest party on one side, consolidates the seats. So I will not be surprised if someone plays a kingmaker, someone plays a big spoiler, and the results are astonishing. I am foreseeing this in Telangana this time. And the basic reason for that is, it's a people, urban masses, rural masses will have to choose the credibility of their leaders. You will say it's a state election, national leaders don't count, but they do count. The reason for that is everything percolates down from up. In Telangana, for example, Congress comes to power. Do you think the state leadership will function simply like that, without the dictates of the High Command, or in BJP for that matter? So what happens is the credibility of a party, credibility in the minds of people, what I think is not important, or what a BJP spokesman thinks or what a Congress spokesman thinks is not important. It's basically the credibility of people and what people would like. And now there has become a tendency countrywide. You are seeing that people in the past have gone for a particular party in the state and another party in the center. But this will not happen now. Because what is happening is where there is a very credible face. In Karnataka, Congress had those faces on which people voted. In Telangana also, they might claim they may have. See, claim anyone can do. But today is a voting day. And you wait till 5 o'clock. What is the amount of voter turnout that we are seeing, especially in Greater Hyderabad area? Whether it's going to be more than 55, 60%, then the results will indicate something else. It'll be something else. But if it's going to be less than 50% as usual, that means only the party cadre has worked. And in Telangana, you have to accept that. See, it's a real political game. Congress may have a committed voter base of 20-25. But Chandrasekhar Rao has a huge voter base of 30-32 people. Whereas BJP has a voter base of about 8, 10, 12 maximum. If that increases, or AIM's voter base increases across the state, I'm not talking of those 7 seats where they win always. I'm talking of the entire Telangana of 119 seats. And that will decide, credibility. And these promises, people understand now. Promises are made by everyone. How many are fulfilled? In reality, whether those promises can be fulfilled or not is also remains to be seen. No? So I would say it's a credibility issue there.
Okay, let me quickly get in Gyanendra Mishra as well for his take on the big issues this time around that you believe will be top of voters' minds as they cast their vote today. We hope they'll turn out in large numbers. This is an appeal to all those watching as well in Telangana to go out and fulfill your responsibility to go out and vote as soon as possible. But Gyanendra Mishra, what do you believe are the big issues this time around that could sway the way the voter votes?
Yeah, good morning. And see, there's three things are very clear in this election. One is that it is not going to be easy for BRS, including KCR, because there are huge incumbency against the government. And the reason for that are twofold. That obviously the BRS has ruled for 10 years since the inception of the state. They have been ruling the government. And so there is a kind of a fatigue in the mind of the people. And obviously there are allegations of corruption, some credible allegations of corruption, the promotion of a very close coterie around KCR, and yes, unemployment, which is again a very important factor. So the point is that what is the alternative for the people? Is there is an alternative for the people where the people, this anti-incumbency will work out? And obviously the Congress is a very credible option available to the people of Telangana. Congress has put a very strong and a very vigorous election campaigning. There are strong and credible leadership at the state level, which is an important factor in favor of the Congress. And as you explained earlier, that the Congress, even in the last two elections, has got a very credible voter percentage of around 25-26%. And if there is a swing of even 4-5% in the favor of Congress, which is there is an the good chance of happening that it may be that the Congress would in a position to form the government. As far as the BJP is concerned, it is clear to all that BJP is not fighting in Telangana as a power, as a force to get in power with, to form the government. That is not the aim and objective of the BJP, because BJP realizes that they don't have the local base and support in terms of enabling them to make the government or get the kind of votes that enable them to make the government, to form the government at the state level. And there are multiple reasons for that. One reason is that obviously the presence of BJP in the southern state is not as strong as it is in the other part of India, particularly in the northern state. And there is historical and social context of that, because we all know that the Hindutva plank don't work the way it works in North India. It doesn't work in the same way in the South India. Second is the BJP lacks the credible local leadership, which is again a bane for BJP across India, where at the state level they don't have the credible face and the credible leadership, and they ultimately have to bank on the central leadership, and that too on the face of Prime Minister. And yes, the Prime Minister has done his bit by extensively campaigning in Telangana, and the Home Minister as well. But the fact remains that, as you also said, that aim of BJP is to somehow spoil the chance of the Congress to make the government. And there is an obvious reason for that, because BJP looks at Congress as its main political rival, main political opponent. And therefore, the strategy of BJP at this point and in this election is to somehow stop the Congress from winning the election. And this is the strategy where they are working on. And obviously, the enemy's friends are your friends, and therefore, the many people look at the strategy of BJP to be in a cahoots with KCR, so that at least the Congress is not able to form the government. And as I said, there's an obvious reason for that. And the result will also largely depend on, as Mr. Bhatt was also telling in, that how the percentage of vote will also determine and play its role. If the urban voters comes out and vote in
okay, we
large
can see
number,
there actor and also someone who of course has been involved in politics. Chiranjeevi has come out to cast his vote. So high profile voters also of course are coming out to cast their votes there. Chiranjeevi casting his vote in Hyderabad. These are live pictures coming in. Let me yes, bring you back in, Gyanendra. Please complete your point.
Yeah, so this is what I was just trying to say that yes, the voting pattern will also play an important role.
Many actors also casting their vote. We can see there Allu Arjun also was one of the first few voters. Those pictures came in a short while back. Allu Arjun casting his vote this morning. Many other actors from the Telugu film industry, of course, and others, of course, from the Hindi film industry who live in Hyderabad, who are based in Telangana, expected to come out and vote. Remember, hopefully all of this will encourage others to also go and vote. This should not be treated as a holiday. Of course, remember, often cities do not record high turnout. Let's hope Hyderabad bucks that trend today. Let me get a response from Shivam Shukla. Shivam, you heard what Himanshu and Gyanendra had to say about the BJP's chances and the BJP's reasons for contesting and, what's really happening. Okay, we can see pictures of Azharuddin there as well now. Azharuddin also casting his vote a short while back. Mohammad Azharuddin, of course, is in the fray this time as a Congress candidate. The former cricket captain of India, also, of course, contesting polls this time around from Telangana. First time he's contesting polls from his home state. Let me, yes, go back to you, Shivam, on your response to, Himanshu and Gyanendra's points on the BJP strategy.
Look, all the analysts who were making an analysis of the whole situation in Telangana, they have discarded the chances of Bharatiya Janata Party. They are not able to read the people of Telangana are going to vote for the national interest, the national ambitions, and they are seeing the country flourish under Prime Minister Modi in the last 9 years. So obviously, we are having a very strong chance in the Telangana this time. And what we are seeing that the Congress party is no more a credible option, neither at the national level or at the state politics. It is only the Bharatiya Janata Party who can take back, who can do justice with the people of Telangana. And for that matter, we have seen when the agitation for the separate Telangana state was going on, KCR himself promised that he will somehow make an individual from the backward community the chief minister of the state. But in the past 9 years, no effort has been made to do so. Not the Congress party is made an announcement that they will make someone who is from backward community the chief minister of the state. So obviously, Bharatiya Janata Party is promising the people of Telangana that it will do justice with all the socially backward groups who are being left out when it comes to the development. KCR, who runs a government from the farmhouse, is not someone who meets the people of the ordinary or the common man of the Telangana. Instead, he is busy with dealing builders, busy in dealing with all those who are involved into the corruption. And there is a corruption government that is being run in the Telangana. And the Bharatiya Janata Party's resolve is to outburst such government. And the people of Telangana has resolved to elect Bharatiya Janata Party in the power in order to eradicate such sort of irregularities that the Telangana is having as of now. And the core issues that the Telangana is seeing is there is an appeasement of the minority population. We have seen there is a separate reservation for the minority population, and we have already promised in our manifesto that we will eradicate such sort of reservations which are not actually required. At the similar time, we have also seen that the amount or the money that is being sent by center for the implementation of the central government schemes, they are also not being properly utilized in the Telangana. So the
So
benefits of
appeasement
all
politics is on in Telangana. That must end, is what Shivam says. The BJP has fought on that plank. Gautam, do you believe it could work?
You see, replying to the Bharatiya Janata Party is like replying to a spectator who is just watching this election as a witness to what is happening. They are not
only
in the
time will
match. They
decide
are
this.
not in the
Only time
fray.
will decide this. Who is a
So,
spectator here? People of country
I
have
think I
made the
should be allowed to complete. We are
spectator for a
having a
very long
very
period of the
dignified
time.
debate here, aren't we? We are having a dignified debate here. I'm hearing when Shivam is speaking, I expect the same from him. So I think that the issue here is KCR comes in 2018, promises 3,016 rupees as an unemployment allowance, promises one government job in every household, promises double bedroom houses to the poor and the people in Telangana agitation, promises Dalit Bandhu as an economic empowerment scheme to the Dalits. So now all this which KCR listed in 2018's manifesto largely remains only in paper. Now, when you go around Telangana, you find that 3,016 rupees was not given to even one single individual. 40 lakh youngsters registered with the State Public Service Commission as qualified to get a job, but there's no job to provide them. When you look at the Dalit Bandhu scheme, Mr. KCR himself in August this year gives a statement that, my MLAs should stop the corruption happening in Dalit Bandhu. My MLAs should stop asking for 3 lakh rupees cutting out from the Dalit Bandhu in particular wards. So when they say all this themselves, it certainly proves that their schemes are nothing but a methodology and a systemized process being utilized by the BRS MLAs, ministers and leaders to convert the public money into their own money by putting it into their pockets through malpractices and corruption. I would just like to ask Shivam a question. He's from the Bharatiya Janata Party and they are making large claims here. If there is so much of corruption that the BRS is doing and you know all about it, you do not hesitate to send ED and CBI to the Congress governments and the other opposition ruled states. What hesitates you? What stops you from arresting Kavita? What stops you from sending your agencies and taking action against the corruption that was being done by KCR in the last 9 years? Modi ji was there. Amit Shah ji was very much there. Your government was there at the center. Why were you so soft to BRS? Why were you so soft to KCR? And why did in the last 4 days, suddenly all your leaders came down to Telangana to campaign because there was this bokhlahat, there was this big kind of a terror in the mind that the Congress party is now going to form the government. There is a massive wave. Let's try and make it a triangular contest. तो ये जो बड़े भाई और छोटे भाई का खेल है KCR एंड नरेंद्र मोदी और इन दोनों के साथ में एक पीछे पीछे चलते हुए असुद्दीन ओवैसी भी नजर आते हैं. So this whole trap is being very well understood by the people of Telangana. We don't need to say it anymore. The people of Telangana are saying it. Why did Modi
Okay, let's also get in the BRS. Let's also get in the BRS now. Dasoju Shravan, BRS leader, is joining us on the broadcast. Dasoju Shravan, has KCR managed to transition his politics from Telangana campaigner to good governance? Do you believe that is an issue that will sway the way the voter votes this time around?
He is a champion of Telangana politics because he is the one who has contributed to have the Telangana statehood. He conducted the Telangana agitation for almost 14 years. So therefore, he is a campaigner and a champion of the Telangana politics. At the same time, I think he's also a champion of the good governance, not just in Telangana, but in the country. So therefore, KCR can talk both, and he's talking both. He is a champion of Telangana politics.
Now, you're relying a lot on the Dalit Bandhu scheme this time around. Why is that?
See, Dalit Bandhu is not a political tool to manipulate and maneuver the Dalit voters. For KCR, Dalit Bandhu is a wonderful program to empower the Dalits. poor Dalits cannot suffer with poverty, and why not the poor Dalits become the entrepreneurs is what the vision behind the Dalit Bandhu. It is not a program to allure Dalits for voting or elections, or it's not an electoral tool. For him, it's a social re-engineering program. For him, it's a downtrodden upliftment program. For him, it's a transformation program. And then kindly, I appeal to you also that please don't look at Dalit Bandhu as a ploy or as a political tool for manipulating the Dalits. No, it is only for empowering, strengthening and uplifting the Dalits.
Right. You know, the BJP, though, has had all its star campaigners campaigning extensively in the state. The Prime Minister, too, of course, campaigned in Telangana. Do you believe those elements could be a factor in the elections? The star campaign of the BJP, the PM himself, of course, holding a roadshow in Hyderabad, also addressing multiple rallies?
See, BJP, BJP in Telangana is an irrelevant party. Just as, the paddy is grown in a particular soil and cotton seed is grown in a particular soil, likewise, in Telangana, BJP will not have its ground because यहाँ पे गंगा जमुना तहजीब का सोच होती है. People coexist like brothers and sisters, Muslims, Hindus, they coexist like brothers and sisters. For BJP or for Narendra Modi, they only look at everything through a tunnel view of a religion, and that kind of a politics will not be really entertained and allowed in Telangana. So therefore, whether Narendra Modi or Amit Shah or Yogi, anybody coming to Telangana will have no impact on Telangana.
But Shravan, they've been, blaming your party for appeasement politics. They've said that this 4% reservations of Muslims, etc., is all things that are, examples of appeasement that your government has done.
Not 4%. KCR has promised to provide 12% reservation to the Muslims, and the moment the Telangana was formed in the first assembly itself, the 12% reservation resolution was passed in the assembly, and it was sent to President of India for assent, and is lying with the government of India. One of the reasons why KCR has talked about constitutional change or constitutional amendment is because of that. Every state has got its own unique demographic dynamics, and based on those demographic dynamics, the reservations have to be given. In Telangana, you have a large population of BCs, a large population of SCs, a large population of tribals, a large population of minorities. Just as what is being done in Tamil Nadu, the similar kind of reservations have to come even for Telangana. That is the reason KCR asked for a constitutional amendment, which was misconstrued by many people. Today, Government of India is playing with the tribal reservation, playing with the minority reservation,
right,
which was resolved in the people elected in the assembly. But unfortunately, BJP government is playing with it. We are hopeful that in 2024, the secular government will come in Delhi, and all these the long pending demands of the people of this land will be fulfilled.
Now, what about the Congress party? The Congress also has fielded their big guns to campaign, be it Rahul Gandhi, be it Sonia Gandhi. Beg your pardon, Sonia Gandhi, of course, gave a special message to the voters just a day before. But we've seen Rahul campaign extensively in the state. We also saw Priyanka Gandhi Vadra address many rallies. Do you believe this could have an impact on the elections?
I don't think, the point is, unfortunately, Rahul, wherever he goes, he has lost. So I don't know whether Rahul, Priyanka are still really making any impact. One. Two is, they have a very, very poor, discredited, characterless person as their PCC president, and they're talking of guarantees, and they're talking of corruption-free governance and all that. They have sold their own party president. They have sold their own MLA tickets, and it is not what BRS said, it is what their own MPs have said. A party which is selling their party positions to leaders and amassing wealth, a party which is selling MLA tickets and then amassing wealth, and if do you think that their leadership coming to Telangana and then making campaign will really have any impact? I think people have really understood that it is today led by a characterless leadership, they don't have commitment towards Telangana. They have no contribution to the Telangana movement, and a completely poor credibility leadership is there, and people of Telangana are not willing to accept it. Just that, they have appointed some strategists and they tried to create some kind of euphoria with propaganda. They unleashed a very false propagandas and abusing KCR, mudslinging on KCR. So some kind of a euphoria they created, but that euphoria certainly will not result into electoral victory for Congress, because people want KCR. KCR is the only one who really understands the Telangana land, at least in this context today. If you look at Kishan Reddy, if you look at Revant Reddy and KCR stands like a towering personality. He knows Telangana. He is the one who fought for the Telangana statehood. And then in the last 10 years, the way he has conducted himself as a chief minister with an effective governance, transforming Telangana to be the #1 state in the country. In terms of per capita income, we are #1. In terms of paddy production, we are #1. In terms of electricity consumption, we are #1. In terms of electricity distribution, we are #1. In terms of medical colleges, we are #1. In terms of the number of doctors we are producing, #1. In terms of providing drinking water to every household.
Okay, but I have to ask you also about whether you see this election, sir, as a plank for BRS to transition into a national party. My final question to you. Because, from TRS you become BRS. Are you hoping to win this election and then fulfill further your national ambitions?
We are already a national party. We are a Bharat Rashtra Samiti, and then we have a in Maharashtra we already opened our account in terms of winning few local body representatives, and we are sure that we are going to contest in Maharashtra. I'm sure we will also have footprints in Andhra Pradesh. The moment the Telangana elections are over, certainly, because our endeavor is that in Delhi, we would want to have a secular government. Neither Congress nor BJP.
But so you do have national ambitions after this election, as you're clearly saying. We'll have to leave it at that. Thank you very much, Mr. Shravan, for joining us, putting out the BRS's view on polling day. My thanks to all of our other guests as well who joined us earlier, putting out the BJP's view, the Congress's view, and now we, of course, got the BRS's view as well. Thanks also to Himanshu and Gyanendra who joined us for their analysis earlier.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.